Romantic Warrior for Hong Kong is in the stalls.
He's got gate speed, he's got sustained speed, he's got a turn of foot, he's got a will to win.
It's his bravery, his courage. He continues to find under pressure.
He loves us and we love him.
A grandstand finish to Australia's best race.
He missed a crucial trial back in Hong Kong due to the weather. So he come down here very underdone, and I galloped him at Flemington before the Turnbull, and he just blew the house down, and I couldn't believe how big he was. He will improve immensely from today's gallop, I would have thought.
Set at the 2,000 metres. Ready, and they're racing in the Group 1.
He raced extremely fresh that day. He ran through the bridle.
Gold Trippers bolted in the Turnbull. Western Blow second, Salcombe third, and Romantic Warrior 4.
Well, for those of us here in Hong Kong who believed in Romantic Warrior, his fourth in the Turnbull on the way through was a little bit of a wake-up call for some of us.
The lead-up race at Turbine Stake was very important for him. Lucky we have a Turbine Stake. Otherwise, I don't think he can win on the Cox Plate.
I think we all understood that Danny was preparing Romantic Warrior to be at his absolute best on Cox Plate Day, and he did go into the Turnbull with that in mind, that he was going to peak 3 weeks later on Cox Plate Day.
He only got beat 4 lengths. So, as we would say, or my team would say, there's a little elastic band that we can definitely make that margin up. If he was outside the elastic band, well, then we might have been playing catch up a bit.
That was a good gallop, fast gallop.
And the quality of the 2023 Cox Plate is underlined by the presence of the Hong Kong star Romantic Warrior, who had a tune-up, so to speak, went fourth and needing the fitness perhaps in the Turnbull.
We all know Cox Plate is one of the most important races in Melbourne.
Racing in the Cox Plate.
I got confident he will run good. I don't have really confidence he can win, but lucky I have James, the jockey, James McDonald.
Alligator Blood is right there. Romantic Warrior 4 deep, a length and a half off them.
I felt he was down and out at the furlong, and not many horses would claw their way back and win a Cox Plate like that, especially like you could feel him under pressure, you know.
Mr. Brightside coming at it with Romantic Warrior. It's a photo finish. Mr. Brightside or Romantic Warrior.
I think I win.
Romantic Warrior has got up by a nose. Hong Kong have come and they've conquered.
Mr. David Hayes told me also, when he was cheering, he said, your side was cheering as well. It is unforgettable.
We need a lot of luck with that photo, and we got the luck, but he deserved it. He's a proper horse.
Romantic Warrior then went on and became a global champion, winning in Japan, winning in Dubai.
Hopping back on the plane, going back to Hong Kong to win a Hong Kong Cup after a gritty performance like that in a Cox Plate. It's just remarkable, you know, and it just shows what kind of horse he was. He is.
My second son. I love him.